Hi guys, it's Deb here with Creative Life, and so today is day number 3 for our 12 days of Christmas. And today I'm going to be sharing with you on how to make this inexpensive little snowman. And so um, you could just use items you have around the house, or if you wanted to, you could just go out and get some some items. But you'll need, to make this, you'll need black cardstock, some orange cardstock, and you could just use scraps because you won't need a whole sheet of paper. Um, and then you're going to actually need a little snow globe that you can get from the dollar store. Okay, so that's what this is. You're going to need another, a big uh, ornament, and they're not glass, they're plastic ornaments. A large Christmas ball, um, you can get these at the dollar store. I've seen them at the dollar store. I've seen them over at like Hobby Lobby, Walmart. They're just the large ones, okay? And I don't think it says how big it is. 100, I don't know if that's clear round ornament, 100 craft. I don't know if that's the name or what that is, but that's what you'll need, okay? And then you'll need some little faux snow, okay? So this, and this is at the dollar store. And then you can use a flower punch. You can use a oval punch, and then you'll need let's see, I think I used both of these. One is a 5/8 inch punch, okay, and then another one is a 1 inch circle punch, okay. So you'll need one of those, or if you have one, you can do is cut these little circles down from the 1 inch, okay. So you'll need that, and how we're going to do that is I'm going to show you two ways on how to make some eyes for this little guy. And then you're going to need your hot glue gun. And the other thing that is kind of nifty about his hat is you will need either, this is what I used. You can use an applesauce cup or you can use a fruit cup, okay? And what I did was I went ahead and had my husband actually gave me the idea because he was holding this up one day and said, "Hey, you can use this as a stand for the snowman." And I was looking at it and I thought, how cute is that for a hat? So, so I actually painted the applesauce cup black. Okay, so that's what this one is. This one's the applesauce cup. Okay, and then you'll make your brim out of the paper. And then the little fruit cup is this one. So I tried them both out and I thought they both turned out really good. And what I did is I took either white gesso or clear gesso. Okay, so you'll just need something like this if you have it, or if you have some black spray paint. I'm not sure how that will hold up on this, but I did have to gesso the little cups before I painted them. So I went ahead and painted some clear gesso on it and let it dry. Kind of put another coat of clear gesso over it, let it dry, and then I went ahead and painted them black. And the black paint is staying on there. I didn't get it all on, as you can tell. But it is staying on there pretty good. And I'm going to cover it anyway, so all of this will be like covered up. And then here, this one actually took a little bit better to the paint than the fruit cup. So I don't know what the difference was, um, but the applesauce cup seemed to work a little bit better. So I thought they turned out super cute. So we are going to go ahead and get ready to make this. So to go ahead and make this, you are going to go ahead and take apart your snow globe, okay? And you're going to take the middle, this part, this rubber part off. And it is a little bit hard to get off. I don't know why they made it so hard. it off, but it is. You just kind of have to wiggle it off. So, but eventually it just kind of snaps right off, just like that. And then you can take the instructions out. You can save them or throw them away, whatever you want to do. You won't need the lid, so you can put the lid to the side and save it for something else, or, you know, whatever you want to do. And then this is actually going to be the head, okay? This is actually going to be the bottom part of our snowman, okay? So we're just going to throw that away. And then actually you're going to pull this off. And then this part you're going to go ahead and take off, and you could throw this away because we won't need that. And then this part you want to save, okay? So to stand up your snowman, okay, you're going to go ahead and put him upright like this for right now, okay? And you're going to go ahead and put glue around this part. Okay, this is going to help your snowman kind of stand up a little bit on his own. And you're just going to put glue around that. Okay. And if you wanted to, you could always add snow to the bottom part. It's up to you. And then I just kind of eyeballed it and put it like kind of in the center of that, just like that. Okay. This part, before you put this back on here, you're going to go ahead and put your snow in. Now what I did is I put half the package in there. So I just kind of opened it up really carefully because this stuff gets everywhere. So, okay. So I'm just going to put that there. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut it. Now I just cut mine a little bit, like halfway, that. Okay. And then I actually used a little funnel, stuck that in there, and opened this up a bit, and then just poured it in there, just like that. Okay. And I'm just gonna shake that around there. Hopefully it'll my other one didn't get stuck like this one is. Of course, I think the other ones were a little bit smaller. The little white balls were smaller than this. So, again, you're just going to go ahead and pour that in there. And you can use as much as you want. You know, like I said, I'm kind of doing half of it. I want to save a bit for the top. There we go. So I'm going to save the rest of that for the top, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and put hot glue on this. Just be careful because this does get hot. Or you could use your regular art glitter glue or whatever you have. You just want to be careful because it does get hot because it is metal. Okay, so then just stick that right back on there just like that. Okay, and now that is stuck on there. So the next part is we're going to go ahead and pour the rest of that, the snow, in this part, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to put your glue around this area and then bring this over and stick this on top of there like that. So that's how that's going to get secured together, okay? So we're going to go ahead and pour the rest of this in here. This part's a little bit easier. So just going to go ahead and put a little bit of that in there. And just trying to make sure it's a little bit even. So I think that is about enough of that in there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pour the rest of it in there. Might as well. So there we go. So again, you can buy those over at the dollar store. Okay, so now for this part, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the glue around this part. Be careful with getting the glue into this area, okay, because it will get your balls all stuck together, okay. So I just carefully went around my edge here, just like this. Okay, and then around here. Just like that. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and bring this over and just kind of center it. Okay, and stick that right on there, just like that. And there is your snowman, beginning stages, yay! So, okay, so then the next part, what you're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut out his eyes and his nose and everything. So for the eyes, okay, there's a couple of ways you could do the eyes. One, you can, if you have a flower punch like this, you can cut a flower out, okay? And I'm going to show you how to make his eyes out of that. Okay. You'll only need 2 of the petals. And so what you're going to do is you're going to just go ahead and go around the flower petal just like this. Okay. And you can always, like, you know, straighten it out, whatever you want to do. But I mean, that is a pretty cute eye. So there's that. And I also went on Google and I typed up free snowman faces, and there are a lot of different snowman faces that you can get a copy of that are free. Okay, so there's 2 eyes right there, just like that. Okay, and and I came up with, so I actually printed a couple off. I printed this one off, and I got the nose from that one. And I cut out the nose. I actually went on my printer and I resized it down, and then went ahead and traced. This is the nose I cut out, and then I traced it onto some cardstock, okay, and then cut it out. And then what I did was, on this little guy, I went ahead and did some like little notches like how a carrot has. And then just took my pencil and just kind of made some like little lines in there. Okay, so that's how I did that. And then and of course I didn't, I didn't do the full little mouth area. I only put 3 dots, but I could put, more here if I wanted to. And then, so that's the carrot nose. And then the other way you could do the eye is by getting a 2-inch oval punch, okay? Cut out an oval, fold it in half, okay? And then just kind of go around it, like I just kind of envisioned like a little small oval. And I just kind of cut my paper into a little small oval, like that. And that's how I came up with the eyes. So there's another way you can do some eyes, okay? And then the little nose, I just went ahead and punched out, not the nose, the mouth. I punched out, you could use the eyes, you could use a 1-inch circle for the eyes as well. And for the mouth, I just used this. And I just punched out like a few. So, you know, we could go ahead and use those. And then, so that's how I did that. Okay. For the hat, okay, I went ahead and I actually just drew around the hat just like this. But then I was thinking to myself, it needed to be a little bit bigger around and I needed a larger circle. So I took my score tape, or, you know, you could take a lid or whatever you have on hand, and you could just go ahead and trace around that. And then you could erase your pencil mark once you're done. So I just traced around that, just like that, and then cut that circle out. And I'm not good at following the lines, you guys, so it might be a little bit off. Just like that. So that is the circle. And then what you're going to do is you are going to poke a hole in the center. Okay. And you're just going to cut it a little bit. Not a lot. And the reason why is because, just going to make like an X, is because we need to go ahead and finish cutting to the edges of this and then folding the paper inward. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue the outer edges of this part. Okay, the lid here. Okay, just like that. And then you're just going to go ahead and eyeball that and put that right onto your cup. Okay, and then you're going to turp over your cup, and that's when you're going to go ahead and get your little lines, and you're going to cut to the edge of your cup. Okay, and I just cut a whole bunch of different little lines. Because I found that it was easier to fold in. Because you want to put this on top of his head. And if you don't do this part, then it kind of sits wonky. So it doesn't sit very well. And I think the inside of that is still wet. So yeah, I'm getting black paint all over me now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some water. Get this off of my fingers. Sorry about that. Just trying to make this pretty easy and painless. Without getting messy. Okay. Okay. So, now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to put the glue all over the base of this. Okay. Just like this. Okay. And you're going to go ahead and find your spot where you want it. And then just stick it right on top. Just like that. So there is your little snowman hat. And you can pick whichever side. Look, it's kind of wonky. I kind of like that though. So there we go. So I think, oh, I need to cut it one more time. It's just not. There we go. I think that looks good. Okay. So there is his little scarf, and so yeah, so we are done. So now we have two little snowmen just like this. So cute. So that is all, and of course you can set them up if you wanted to. You could put snow on the bottom of these. You can decorate them however you want, and so that's it. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I will talk to you later. Bye.